Last year at this time, if you'd have told me that I would have a growing YouTube channel with over 200 subscribers, 2 to 3 weekly live streams, and the crown jewel of my single release videos would be based on one of the worst shows I have ever seen, I would have said you were crazy. It all changed when I did a trailer reaction to an upcoming show in the CW produced by Greg Berlanti Productions and starring Ruby Rose. Now look at me. I release a review, and it's a layup to break 100 views because you know that I'm a sadist and I have Stockholm Syndrome when it comes to this show now. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Batwoman episode 18. If you believe in me, I'll believe in you.
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
So we start with two factions in the midst of a human trafficking ring. And Batwoman proceeds to beat up no less than, 15, 16 grown and fully armed men. And when I say human trafficking, they allude to organ sales, but with live victims. But not before our 100-pound red wig crusader swoops in and fights with more efficiency and violence than Ray Rice versus his wife in a hotel lobby before he drags her into the elevator like Fred Flintstone would of Wilma if he would have went Ralph Cramden on her. And those of you who are familiar with those TV show references, bonus points. But seriously, this just goes along with the old trope of the nameless rabble of villains only attacking one at a time here. As we can see, she easily just dispatches them, which makes the scene almost a parody of itself just because of how bad and how cringy it is. And it doesn't get any worse than right before she frees everybody with this scene right here. The guy gets the drop on her and just easily dispatches him, kicks him in the ass, he's out the door, bam, let's save the victims. So back at Wayne Enterprises, as Kate and Luke enter, they're greeted by Mary, who is toasting the end of the organ dealer's ring with a champagne toast, of course. Why did we need her to find out who Batwoman is again? Kate then laments that her wig got grabbed. Mary suggests maybe electrifying it, then realizes that's not a good idea, and the main trafficker got away. Mary drunkenly exits after fearing she said too much, and Kate and Luke discuss Mary's desire to be part of the Bat Team, which is ridiculous. Julia and Sophie are going through a warehouse belonging to Tommy Elliott, who we'll know later as Hush, looking for the journal that belonged to Lucius Fox. So Kate goes to visit Tommy in Arkham. She antagonizes him whilst trying to get him to tell her where that aforementioned journal is. It's back to his cell, and Alice is waiting for him. And enter Dr. Butler, or should I say Mouse, who's wearing Dr. Butler's face as a skin mask, and they have him set up to be electrocuted if they don't get Fox's journal. And then Tommy tells Alice and Mouse that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and you should see the look on their faces. Tommy then starts bartering with Alice and Mouse, who reveals his face to Tommy that he's not really Dr. Butler, he's Mouse. And Alice uses her feminine wiles a bit in this, which, it's Rachel Scarston, she can definitely pull that off. But it's just kind of funny that they reveal Bruce Wayne's identity, Tommy does, to Alice and Mouse, and they act with nothing but shock and awe. Tommy makes a call to an associate who has Fox's journal as he prepares to deal with Alice in exchange for his freedom. Are getting ready for her to go to the club as a means to infiltrate the mafia-infested building to get the journal back. Oh, this should be a good time. So then we see Kate and Mary kind of playing dress up to get Kate ready to go out, but Mary is dejected because she wants to go. Kate won't let her do it, but we're joined by the ever so lovely and beautiful Julia Pennyworth, who decides to be Kate's escort for the evening on this outing to try to get this journal back.
We're going clubbing?
We're going clubbing.
Julia are entering the club that's owned by Johnny, the associate of Tommy Elliott's, where the journal is currently housed. And Kate gets jealous that Julia and Sophie are being quote-unquote overly chatty and discusses that Sophie came out to her mom. Oh, Julia tells Kate this, not the other way around. Kate's outfit is a little disappointing as it's kind of a lady tuxedo, and, well, let's be honest, I mean, Ruby Rose can look a lot better than that. Reagan, Kate's ex, is working as a bartender there, and you know what that means.
The lesbian!
They have a brief discussion about Kate's philanthropy, and Reagan starts hitting on her. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
Julia is making her way through the building and sets up the power outage, and then Batwoman enters the club in full garb. Julia, of course, beats up one 200-plus-pound man and then is caught by 3 more at gunpoint, which she surprisingly doesn't beat the hell out of, all at the same time. Kate grabs the book, but she falls victim to a trap. What a shocker. No pun intended. This gets her seemingly caught. To go back to the Julia scene, I'm honestly surprised that she didn't just beat up all those guys, even though they had her at gunpoint and she was unarmed, because 100-pound lipstick lesbians are the ultimate weapon in the Arrowverse, as we all know by now.
Are you fucking high?
Meanwhile, back at Arkham, Jacob and Sophie show up to get Tommy, who's hanging in his cell. But Alice and Mouse have already removed his face and hung a replacement. Alice is bandaging him up, and she tells him he isn't just getting a new face, it's a whole new you. Can we all just admit that Rachel Scarston is the best part of this show? She's a scene-stealing machine who could actually come out of this show and parlay it into what could probably be some nice niche roles as a crazy person in some larger productions. And she's been acting for almost 20 years now at this point, and she was in the 2002 Birds of Prey television show. You know, the good Birds of Prey. Kate is still laid out on the mob boss's floor when we rejoin her. As his team enters and they discuss auctioning her off to the highest bidder, basically for her suit and the gadgets on it, Luke and Mary are arguing about how to rescue Kate and Julia, as Luke is discussing how to get Mary into the club to save who? Who needs saving right now?
The lesbian!
Random mustachioed mob goon, because the goon doesn't want to just hand over Lucius's journal now because of its financial worth. So the rando mob boss is going to blackmail Tommy Elliott, aka Hush, which they had a callback to his costume, which you'll see in the picture as Alice was bandaging his face up. Yes, that's a comic accurate coat for Hush. And this is all while he has Batwoman in his grasp. Oh yeah, this can't possibly go wrong. I mean, Carl from Sling Blade, would you please offer some perspective here on everything that could go wrong with this situation?
What you got in there is good to eat.
Tommy and Alice are discussing how to get the journal back as Alice is sewing up his new face. She tells him she let Magpie go get the book. So now we've got another undersized female villain to beat up, pretty much anybody who gets in her way. Take that, patriarchy. You go, girl. Oh yeah, and to my viewers, this is the woman Rachel Matthews who plays Magpie out of her costume. But in her costume, you cannot tell me that Magpie does not resemble Luna Girl from the goddamn PJ Masks show. This is absolutely hilarious because my son watches this, and the first time I saw Magpie, I'm like, it's fucking Luna Girl. Mary has offered Johnny $10 million for Batwoman under the guise of needing the technology for Hamilton Industries for the suit. She wants the suit, that's the hook, but she's only carrying $2.5 million, which is only enough to buy the suit after Batwoman is dead. So Magpie shows up, gets the book, they're ready to kill Batwoman, and Luke detonates a bomb. Mary frees Kate and Julia and all 100 pounds of her, which is still strapped to a chair, knocks out our 260-pound goon with all the ease of scolding a toddler who has just eaten something he's not supposed to, then shoots him 5 times. Kate beats up every mob goon as they all attack at one time. No, they don't. They attack one at a time, just like every other idiot bad guy in a movie. Mary tells Kate that Magpie has the journal, cuts off Magpie on the roof. Here comes basically a capoeira dance fighting sequence, but Magpie escapes again, and this entire sequence is so bad, it makes the fight scenes in last year's Lot Lizards of Prey look slightly better than absolute garbage. Kate and Mary are leaving the club, and Kate apologizes to Mary for not trusting her, and they have the sister moment. Aww. And Kate tells Mary she can work with the Bat team now. Because what could possibly go wrong from this, right? Nothing could go wrong. So, after Kate's done with little sister time, she is joined by none other than Reagan. That's right, Miss Reagan, our lovely bartender, Kate's former one-night stand / fling, and you know what that means. What is it time for?
The lesbian! Hot lesbian action!
My darling, I can't get enough of your love, babe.
Kate then wakes up, finds Reagan is gone, and so is the journal. So she has to tell Luke and Mary, the newest member of the Bat team, that her one-night stand has stolen Luke Fox's father's journal, which they worked so hard to get back this episode. Really good. All in the name of a one-night stand. Good job, Kate. It's here we catch back up with Reagan, who is meeting with somebody on a park bench. Oh, wait, that's Magpie. And that means Magpie is who? Reagan's sister. Do you see what's coming together here? Do you see the wheels in motion against Kate? Magpie and Reagan are sisters. It was a work, a setup. She's been hoodwinked, bamboozled. Julie and Sophie are together at the Crow headquarters being overly flirty. Julie excuses herself as she has a phone call. She's feeling really shady about the journal as she has promised it to somebody else. That's right, she is setting up a double cross on Kate. Oh, Julie, you're a bawdy little monkey, aren't you? And the very ending of this episode leaves us with Mouse and Alice as they finally procured Lucius's journal. That's right, they have it in their hands. They're about ready to get into the secrets of Lucius Fox. Well, I'll just let the clip speak for itself. And then I'll be back with my final thoughts.
How's my new favorite book? Have you gotten to the chapter yet that tells us how to kill the bats?
No, because it appears Tommy Elliot neglected to share one very crucial detail. Lucius Fox wrote the entire journal in code.
My final thoughts in this episode: the fight sequences were pure cringe. The over-the-top alphabet people arcs are there. Very little else aside from exposition regarding Tommy Elliot being Hush, who is going to make his full debut as that comic book accurate villain next week. I mean, I say comic book accurate and look only. I'm sure they're going to ruin this character somehow. Let's take this thing home. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my review of episode number 18 of the Batwoman. Join the place to be reviews, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Go on over, check out the Fandom Collective. They are a group of awesome YouTubers just doing good stuff, putting good things together. A lot of great creatives in that. Hail the Fandom Menace. Hail to thee, my subscribers, all 219 of you. Give me another one. Let's get to 220. We are on a roll here, ladies and gentlemen, and I have no plans of stopping. Be sure to come back and join us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern for episode number 99 of Monday Night Going in Raw. Here is where you can find us across social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, past podcasts, Anchor, iTunes, and Spotify. And remember, if I don't see you, have yourselves a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and be safe out there, folks. It's a crazy time, and we all want to take care.
Son of a